Okay, so that started. That's better. Okay. So hello, how you doing? All that good jazz.
And I am good. Just been out in the streets, looking as perfect as can be. Yes, yes, right. Because, that's just me. uh, yeah, because it's hot outside right now, but when I left the house, it was only like 60 something degrees, y'all.
Yeah, it's turning into that fall, that good fall time when you need that light jacket. It's still warm out and you could be cute, but you need a jacket just when that
Hmm.
wind hits you. Cause I was out there yesterday and I was like, I need a jacket because I was in the windy part by work. I was like, I could use a jacket. Luckily, I got a long sleeves, but I'm saying no. I'm trying not to
Yeah,
get sick.
right. And so, self. Self had I like wearing partial, like what they call the half tops.
Yeah,
I know they call them mid drift or mid whatever they call them.
crop tops.
Yeah, I like wearing crop top sweaters or hoodies.
Yeah.
Especially if you buy like a couple, like right now, Savage Fenty has them going on for like $20 right now, and I'm a sucker for a hoodie. So for 20 bucks for a different color hoodies, I'm like, yeah, I put them on right over my regular dress top for work,
Oh,
and when work is over, voila,
oh
hoodie girl go
no,
back on. What?
I understand that.
It makes things easier for this whole fall transition.
Oh yeah, it does. It's like, yeah. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
really feeling my makeup. I did this super fast, but I'm like,
That and your
I'm
dashiki.
yeah, because I didn't feel like putting on regular clothes. So this is dashiki mumu. It's one of my more fashionable ones
It
because
could still be out in the street.
yes, that's what I'm saying. I have the knot that I look like a tired house mom. I have the fashionable ones where I look like Mrs. Roker and I can go out and be like, yes.
Exactly. I'm a flaunt it. Hello. I'm a flaunt it. I'm gonna be superb.
Mm,
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. You're
no,
looking fierce and fabulous, so that's all that really is important.
yeah,
I look more of the sad, tired house.
you do not.
I do, I do, but it's okay. I do, but it's okay.
I am basically trying.
Oh, you should also probably tell our
I was
viewers.
getting to that part.
Okay, good.
I was getting to that part because I was starting it backwards. And
Yeah, I realize this.
no, I did that on purpose because I'm like explaining to them will explain the next part I'm about to say. So, I've had a day of non-concentration and up and down stuff. Now, this part of the explanation will go into my stats. So, my mother passed, and my mom was my best friend, and that was like a big hit to me. And the fact of that I am who I am, and I have somehow become in charge of everything. Had to organize a funeral and stuff like that. So you're on mute, so I can't even make out what you're saying. I know that's good. When you're ready to talk, you will talk. Cause I'm like, you going like that ain't helping me out. Nothing. I'm just saying. That's why I started off the whole sentence with "I am who I am." That's how I'm in charge. But so today I started to go through her stuff. Like, like we've gotten to figure out her clothes. I'm just gonna get rid of because I couldn't fit them. You know, and I just found a bin full of pictures. I'm talking about baby pictures, them when they were younger. My uncle, my brother, pictures of Eddie with his first wife. I know. Shoot, I found a picture of Sheila in high school, which I have to send to when I take a picture, find it again, I send that to her. And then, so I am a little. Okay, how to explain my emotions? My emotions are like a switch. They go on, they go off. They go on, they go off. Because certain things hit you, they cut on. Certain things don't hit you, they cut off. And because you have to, because I'm that kind of person that compartmentalizes things so I can get it done. It helps, but then it's hard because when you've been pressing your stuff down for so long, it has a tendency to erupt. And I am the kind of person that withdraws within myself and do stupidness. But I have been behaving this time around. I have not been drinking much. I have not been smoking much. I've just been doing the bare minimum. And I don't mean the bare minimum for alcoholic. I mean the bare minimum for me. Like I've had 2 drinks in a week. I think that's good instead of having 2 bottles a day, which is what I thought would happen. No, I'm just saying, and so that is my update. Now, with that, that's been my week. Y'all want to know the week? That was the week the funeral was this past week, and having to deal with family and friends, and it's been interesting. Sheila, I didn't know people give cards at funerals. I didn't know that was a thing until they started giving me cards.
All right, I'm gonna take myself off of you.
No, I was going to say they paid for my mom's urn because I
Yeah.
was like, how am I going to get the money for the urn? And they paid for the urn, not
hmm
even knowing that they did that. And I'm just like,
hmm
did not know that was a thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll back real quick for everybody. So as Gwen says, she is who she is, right? And I am who I am, right? We have different upbringings, and from my upbringing, there's certain protocols or cultural obligations or rights that are passed down. Like you're taught, okay, if you do this, you do this. If you go here, you do that. Like it's brought into your brain cells. This is what you do when you do such and
Hmm.
such or have such and such events. And I know sometimes when I go and when I know I'm having a faux pas, if I'm forgetting something, but people when I walk up to them, they're like they have no clue what I'm talking about because again, it's not the same cultural upbringing. Some people know, some people don't. So
Exactly.
Gwen
That
was
was me.
surprised that when you go to a funeral or if it's a funeral, a wake, then a funeral, then the burial, um, then people do bring uh, gifts. Some people will bring food. Some people, if they were going to a house, like some people have a house wake and stuff like that, they'll bring food
See the
or
see
they'll
the
bring
thing is,
alcohol.
I'm used to the food.
Yeah, see, people will come if it was done at if it was a house wake, then you people bring food. If it is a location wake, people bring donations. If because people will bring you a card, they'll give you condolence cards, and then they will sometimes give you monetary funds. It's kind of like when you go to somebody's wedding. You bring a wedding, you bring gifts and a card. You go to a funeral, you bring gifts and a card. And that
I,
helps to generally pay for a lot of stuff because people know that funerals cost money. Same thing as with weddings. People, those things cost money.
it was
So
ridiculous, and luckily it wasn't that expensive. But I was just like, this a racket, because I'm just like, it's a racket. That's all I gotta say. I'm not even gonna go into
it's a
that.
blessing, is what she's trying to say. Because it's something that she was not aware of, that custom.
Oh
Apparently, a lot of
no,
her people did. So that's
no,
why
no,
they
no,
gave it to her. So,
no, not of the custom of the giving of the envelope. I meant the funeral industry.
oh, well, I mean, it depends on how you do it. And the beautiful thing is nowadays that there's so many different ways to process
Yeah,
um, that it just, and now if a lot of funeral companies, if they do not evolve, they will get left behind.
that is true. But I
People
will.
want their loved ones to leave out with a good, you know,
Yeah,
shebang.
yeah. I have. What was I saying? It went smoothly. It went the way I wanted it to,
hmm
and I know some people who know me and know my family. I was like, it was short as crap.
Yo, Even one of my relatives that was there, they commented like, I like Gwen's version. It's quick. It was quick. I busted out laughing because they were like, that was quick. Because again, my family's used to a very long procession of stuff.
Yes.
You were
Oh
at one of
yes.
our funerals. You know
Oh,
how long they can be.
Eddie and I were talking about we were so afraid that we would be so short because we knew we was gonna speak and it's not gonna be too much, and I'm like, mommy never liked that.
Mm.
She hated pomp and circumstance. She enjoyed it from time to time, but
Right,
when
right.
it's
Because if it's done right, see,
yes,
that's the thing that I think some people don't like when it's doesn't. It's like watching a romance drama when they start
yes,
kissing for no reason. If it doesn't make sense and it doesn't go correlate to the content, then what would be the purpose? So, like, if you have something that is really truly honoring someone's existence, right,
hmm,
and it's done in a way that allows and it's structured and is ordered and it's in a way that people are not thinking, oh my God, it's taking forever and a day to get this thing done, then it's
hmm,
different versus, oh, we're just having this long thing going on just because we want to fill up time. That's what I don't like. If you're doing
yeah,
something to fill up time, then that's different. But if you're doing something that you have actual purpose to the content, that'd be completely different.
right. And that's what I wanted. I didn't want to fill up time just because I had to.
Mhm.
I just wanted it straight to the point of what mommy would have wanted.
But honestly, it's really what you guys wanted because honestly, at this particular point, it's like
Well, yeah,
you took her consideration, but also really you could have had it differently, but it would also had to make sense to the people who are actually hosting it
yeah,
because if you didn't really want something long, then you wouldn't do anything long, so that
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. But I am trying to move on. That's going to take me a while, especially since I have to go through mommy stuff. And I am taking a page out of Sheila's book, which is meaning that I'm not being morbid, but I'm getting my family members this book. Now that I'm dead, what do I do? In the book it has, because I just told him this. It has everything. It's like what you want, how you want it, your favorite things. It's like a a book of everything that you need to do and all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm giving one to my uncle because he lives by himself, and it's like I need to know your stuff, so I know what to do and make sure that you are okay. And I'm gonna fill out one for my dad and stuff like that. So that's like
Hmm.
it's a smart thing to do, and they have cutesy books, so I can do that and have them write.
Yeah, it's literally like I was telling you earlier, like when we were discussing other stuff before the wake and the funeral. A lot of times people don't realize that once you turn 18, you really should have a living will,
Yeah.
which is a lot simpler than most people think it is to do. Um to make it easier on those behind that are left behind.
Hmm.
It makes sense to have that, but a lot of people aren't taught that. And I was actually explaining that to my mom that you got to change the next generation, by changing your own perspective of how
Yeah,
you do things.
it's that breaking of generational curses.
Exactly, exactly. And what you're saying you're planning on doing makes sense because again, now you've been through it for yourself. You're like, okay, oh, would have been easier if I had. You're- and this way you're like, oh, okay, okay, this is good. I mean, a lot of stuff like what we did with one of my with my grandma's stuff, there was a lot of things that she had put in place that I was able to explain to her to have done that made it a whole lot easier to process. So
Right.
again, I couldn't do all aspects, but again, having certain things or knowing certain knowledges made things a lot easier in certain aspects. So that's good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I plan to do that, and like, excuse me, I'm drinking soda, so like, yeah,
I'm drinking the same thing as usual, tea.
yeah.
I'm a
But
tea fan,
so
people.
yeah, so that goes into the stats. Now, my stats are pretty much the same. I have, as I said, I've been behaving, so I have been dabbling in the comfort food, but I have not gone off the wagon, gone ham. So I've gone like comfort food with small portions. So to keep on it, because even my dietitian, I told her And she's like, I'm surprised that you don't have ice cream down here for for every meal and stuff like that. And I'm like, I will give you pass for the next 2 weeks. So I'm like, I'm doing it and trying not to think. Like next week, I actually plan to go to the gym, and that was going to do something else next week. It's clean and go to the gym and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah. So as for stats, I don't have much because of crap that happened. So, you got any stats?
Um, Being in New York, of course, makes me gain weight.
You were here for 24 hours.
I was here for 48 hours.
Okay,
I was here
48
for
hours.
48 hours, and unfortunately, in 48 hours, I was also with Haitian food, and with
I was about to
Haitian
say,
food,
Michelle, you came up and Aunt Michelle just decided to feed you, didn't she?
she made my favorites before I left. So I'm sitting in the car eating my good lumpy, having my black rice. I was devouring my food. And of course I was eating while I was there with my fams. So that was that. So I did gain a little bit. So I gained an extra like 3 pounds. But also keep in mind that my menstrual cycle is not far from here, because unfortunately I could tell. I'm looking at my calendar and I'm seeing, oh, I feel a little extra water weight going on here. So other than that, that's that. I haven't gone back to the doctors yet because I go back every month. I see check with the doctors every month, and I have to check in again with a dermatologist to check out some moles. So no, I have not done that just yet. Work wise, those my work stats. Back in the office twice a week now. Interesting. Certain people are having a little bit more difficulty in my team, which of course is reminding me, dear God, get me out. Um, um, but I think I'm still a blessed that I'm blessed that we still got great people and good points, reasonings behind that. Um, Other than that, you know, it was a trial, but it wasn't a bad trial. So it was still a good week, good few weeks, and I'm just grateful to God that I'm still able to do so, and I know that I'm going to continue to try to lose the weight for the goals that I'm trying to do, and to really be more mentally prepared for it. Because a lot of times we've said this before in this series, our show, that if you're not mentally right and mentally prepared to do something, guess what's going to happen?
You ain't
You
doing it.
you got it. So we're gonna continue to try to do that and just really get spiritually and mentally in the right spot to get a lot of these things going.
Hmm.
Because that's what we want to do. Oh, and by the way, we did make new pictures since we were together. Once we actually have them edited, we will share.
Right. And thanks for sending everything. I was like, I got that. And then I am actually still planning to visit Sheila so we can take proper photos, not at a sad time.
Right, 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 right. Even though they were funny though.
They were hilarious. My cousin was very good at taking those. I was like, thank you.
And your uncle was cracking me up. That was the sad part. Because I was just like, stop. Because he was sitting on the side, making fun
Yeah.
of my on our faces. So so when he was like making his fun, you didn't see, yeah, you weren't paying attention. So because he was sitting, and that I forgot who the late lovely lady was that was sitting next to him.
Oh, I
Uh,
think that was his best friend.
yeah, so she was sitting next to him and whatnot, but the faces that were being made just cracked me up. And then the comments were like, "Oh, I'm gonna need that photo," and I'm just like, and I could see that in the pictures that were taken. I
Oh,
was like, "Oh, I laughed at that part." Okay.
okay. Remind me to ask you this later.
Mm.
Okay. Did you did you meet my new to be sister in law? Did you see Eddie's fiance?
She wasn't singled out, but I know she was probably there.
Okay, then never mind.
No, I don't think she was singled out for me though.
No, I because they came in a little later and then I was running around because I could not stay still on that day.
No, she couldn't be. Not. It was like she had ants in her ass.
Because if I stay still, I was gonna start crying.
Yes, I know. That's why I was the tissue box was being handed.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I noticed that. I got it
Hmm.
was a lot.
Hmm. Hmm.
It
But
was a
we
lot.
that was understandable.
Yeah. No, but it was good. I was glad to see those people. It's like and stuff. So I was like, yeah.
I was just glad that your mom had already made her farewells, if you understand what I mean,
Mhm.
and had already left. So
Yeah.
yeah, so because I didn't sense her there, so uh,
Mhm.
that was good that because I didn't feel her, and I normally whenever I'm at places like that, was why I have. I'm a little weird, people. So I'm very sensitive to certain things, right? uh,
Okay, I'm gonna reframe this. No, the child is basically not a medium, but a semi-medium.
I guess.
Yeah, because like you said, you get feelings, you get
Yes.
understandings. You ah, I got the words. You are attuned to the spiritual world.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, that came to my mind. I was like, "Ooh, I like that," because it's not a medium like I'm going to
Hmm.
see
I
dead
ain't talking to
people.
nobody.
No, but you are
Yes.
attuned to the spiritual world. Because
Yes.
I'll admit, when I'm on fire and I'm in God's
The
presence,
spirit when she is there. Woo-hoo.
when I'm there, and I can feel
Right.
it.
Exactly. She knows what I'm
Right.
talking about. Hmm.
No, and I felt the same way. Like the night she died, I was like, Mom didn't have a problem. She just went because
Mm-mm.
she knew it was her time.
But what I was like, I was funny. I was like telling my mom that, and people, listeners, watchers and listeners, when you know you've lived your life with minimal regrets, or you have what's that word? You don't feel like you need to turn back to watch somebody or protect someone or linger for other people, but that you've done what you can and you're satisfied with what you have, like you've resigned to what you've done in life, and who you've trained and left behind, that they're going to be fine, with or without you. You just go to glory. You're on the next journey, the next
Uh-huh.
boat out. you, you are done, like you're gone, and that's why they always say something. There's that 3 day, um the three suns, the three phases of the sun. After a person is gone, their spirit is detached from the body, but that they have to be, you know done with at that particular point, because it gives them that decision making. I felt that your mom was satisfied. She was content. She lived her life, and then you heard that in the speech that the lovely lady, had, Miss the
Helen.
other Miss Helen had had mentioned. And because I remembered her name, but it was like, but her speech, you can hear it in that conversation where she lived her life. She had a zest for living, and because she had a zest for living, and she knew that she did her best, she didn't have to stay, and that no one was going to hold her back. Like no one's going to hold her spirit back and making her stay. And I love that fact. And so that's why I said, when I was there, I felt that she was already gone. It's like when I walked up and I was like, I was expecting, like I was like, I was expecting maybe she might be there. So when I walked up and I was like, I was like, I was standing next to your husband, and I was like, he might think I'm having a moment or something, because I was just like, I was sitting there like, I was like, nope, 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 she gone. So but I was very glad at that though, because to me I was like, okay, I know it's gonna be hard for Gwen and her sibling, but it's like I truly, 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 truly felt that she lived her life, and I thought that to me, I was very glad when I said my prayer over her, because I felt like, wow, here's somebody who lived her life, was
Mhm.
happy with her life, was content with her life, that she had no anchorings to this life. I mean, not
Yeah.
that she didn't love anyone or what I'm saying,
No, no, no,
but
no.
it's that she lived it. She lived it. She was on to the next journey, man.
Yeah.
And I
And
love that fact. So
yeah, and it was funny that how much she lived. It's like I'm going through all these pictures. I'm like, my mom is always at a party or somewhere or at a bowling tournament. And every last one of these pictures, she dressed up going somewhere.
right. She had fun. She existed. You know what I'm saying? And there's a thing for a lot of us, out here, who don't allow our spiritual self. And see, a lot of times people don't have to be in a church or in a religious location to have a religious affiliation, to
Yeah,
have a decency and a love for God, because they enjoy the talent that God gave them. They are grateful for the life God has given them on a daily, that they do not want to hide their talent. They want to use that talent. So when people say, oh, you can just sit and chill, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll meet you outside. I'm gonna meet you out back, not for a brawl, because we're about to go hang out. you
yeah,
so you have people that just don't know what living means, or living to your fullest. And I think your mom did that
yeah,
in everything that she did. And so there was no, she was on to the next journey. So it's like,
yeah.
okay, this period, this book of my life is over. Now,
Mhm.
where's the next one? Ready to be reborn, if it's her next life, you know. If she hasn't reached her seventh life already, she's on to the next one.
Exactly.
For all you know, she might be the spirit of the child that you give birth to.
That'd be weird,
Girl,
but okay.
but you wouldn't know. You'd be like, oh my
I
God, you
I
act so
I
much
know
like my mother.
no, I understand that. I
Mm,
get it.
you get the
Still weird.
concept.
I get the concept, but reincarnations always seem weird to me, but it makes logical sense.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's just weird. That's just me. I'm like, look,
Yeah, no.
okay. Now, with all that being said, and sadness of and happiness and just in this, yeah, the this, that's what I'm going to. We are going to pray now, and we're going to get into these proverbs.
Yo, yo.
And hold on, let me get my thing.
Choo,
'Cause,
choo, 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 choo.
I got
Lord, oh my God, hey.
okay.
And I in lonesome wonder. Let's close our eyes. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. God, we thank you so much for this opportunity. We know that there are so many things that goes on and on in this entire world, this entire universe, this entire galaxy, that we, in our teeny tiny little piece of it, don't know everything. We pretend to tell you that we know everything, but we really don't. And we just want to tell you how much we're grateful for the highs and the lows, and then the very lows, and then the very high highs when we're not high on other stuff. We want to thank you for this ability to know that everything has a cause and effect, that they are follow-ups to the little minutest thing, um, just because. And it's just so wonderful to know that we have that ability to come before you, and we get to come before you and serve you, and to thank you, and to know that without a doubt you are there. No matter how many times people think, oh my God, this person got killed, this person got raped, this person got punished, this person got sick, there's a reason. We don't know what it is, but it has cause and effect. Things happen to one that actually trickles down to the other. And it's not always in a positive, but sometimes it does bring out a different consequence. And that's what we're learning when we review the scriptures. We're learning about consequences, and prosperous gifts that can occur when we do the things that you ask and follow your divine direction. So right now, we just want to give you grace and give you honor and give you thanks for everything that we have and that we've experienced, because they shape who we are, and who we continue to be, and who we will be even until the day we take our last breath. We love you so much. We serve you. Amen.
Amen.
Now let's head on to our beautiful. My goal is to get through a lot of Proverbs today, but we shall see where my mouth will go. But we're starting off with Proverbs 4 in the message, and it talks about your life is at stake, for real, friends. So listen, friends, okay? To some fatherly but out of me, it's motherly advice. Sit up and take notice, okay? So you'll know how to live. I'm giving you good counsel because that's what we do here at Godly Spiritual Ladies. We give good counsel. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. When I was a boy, girl, at my father's knee, the pride and joy of my mother. Now, this is how David was talking, okay? He would sit me down and drill me, okay? Take this to heart. Do what I tell you. Live, okay? Sell everything and buy wisdom. Forage for knowledge, understanding. Do not forget one word, okay? Don't deviate an inch. Never walk away from wisdom. Okay? She guards your life. Love her. She keeps her eye on you. Above all, and before all, do this. Get wisdom. Write this on the top of your list. Get understanding. Throw your arms around her. Believe me, you won't regret it. Never let her go. She'll make your life glorious. She'll garland your life with grace. She'll festoon your days with beauty. So, dear friend, take my advice. It will add years to your life. I'm writing out clear directions to Wisdom Way. I'm drawing a map to Righteous Road. I don't want you ending up in blind alleys or wasting time making wrong turns. Hold tight to good advice. Don't relax your grip. Guard it well, for your life is at stake. Don't take wicked bypass. Don't so much as set foot on that road. Stay clear of it. Give it a wide berth. Make a detour and be on your way. Evil people are restless, okay? Unless they're making trouble, they can't get a good night's sleep. Unless they've made your life miserable for someone else, they're perceptive is their food and their drink. They're perversive about it. Violence, their drug of choice. The ways of right living people glow with light, like Edward Cullen. The longer they live, the brighter they shine. Again, they sparkle. But anywho, but the road of wrongdoings gets darker and darker. Travelers can't see a thing. They fall flat on their faces. Okay? Dear friend, listen well to my words. Turn your ears to my voice. Keep my message in plain view at all times. Why? Because I want you to concentrate. Listen and learn it by heart. Okay? Those who discover these words live, really live. Body and soul. They're bursting with health. Keep vigilant. Watch over your heart. That's where life starts. Don't talk out of both sides of your mouth. Avoid careless banter, white lies, and gossip. Keep your eyes straight ahead. Ignore all sideshows, distractions. Watch your step, and the road will stretch out smooth before you. Look neither right nor left. Leave evil in the dust. Dear friends, chapter 5. Pay attention to this. My wisdom. Listen very closely to the way I see it. Okay? Then you'll acquire a taste for good sense. Yes, I did say that. What I tell you will keep you out of trouble. The lips of a seductive woman mwah, are so sweet. Yes, they are. Her soft words are so smooth. hmm But, but, it won't be long before she'll gravel you in her mouth. The pain in your gut, a wound in your heart. Mm. She's dancing down the perfumed path to death. She's headed straight for hell and taking you with her. Okay? She hasn't a clue about real life, about who she is or where she's going. Okay? So, my friend, listen closely. Don't treat my words casually. Keep your distance from such a woman. Absolutely stay out of her neighborhood. Like literally stay out of her neighborhood, okay? You don't want to squander your wonderful life, to waste your precious life among the hard-hearted. Why should you allow strangers to take advantage of you? I mean, for real? Why be exploited by those who care nothing for you? You don't want to end your life full of regrets? Nothing but sin and bones? Ugh. Saying, "Oh, why didn't I do what they told me to do? Why did I reject a disciplined life? Why didn't I listen to my mentors or take my teachers seriously? My life is ruined. I haven't one blessed thing to show for my life." Mm. Do you know the saying? Don't drink from your own rain barrel. Draw water from your own spring fed well. It's true. Otherwise, you may one day come home and find your barrel empty and your water polluted. Okay? Your spring water is for you and you alone, not to be passed around among strangers. Bless your fresh flowing fountain. Why I can't deal with tap water and I prefer the mountain water from a stream. Go Iceland. But anyway, enjoy the wife you married as a young man. Lovely as an angel, beautiful as a rose. Don't ever quit taking delight in her body. Never take her love for granted. Because woe is you if you do. Why would you trade enduring intimacies for cheap thrills with a prostitute? For a dalliance with a promiscuous stranger? Really? Why? Mark well that God doesn't make his aware of every step you take. Okay? Don't miss that. The shadow of your sin will overtake you. You'll find yourself stumbling all over yourself in the dark. Death is the reward of an undisciplined life. Your foolish decisions trap you in a dead end. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Like a deer from the hunter, chapter 6. Dear friend, if you've gone into hock with your neighbor or locked yourself in a deal with a stranger, if you're impulsive, promised the shirt off your back, and now find yourself shivering out in the cold, friend, don't waste your minutes. Get yourself out of that mess. You're in that man's clutches, okay? Go put on a long face and don't act desperate. Don't procrastinate. There's no time to lose. Run like a deer from the hunter, fly like a bird from the trapper, okay? Because you will be a lazy fool. Look at an ant, okay? Watch it closely. Let it teach you a thing or two. Nobody has to tell you what to do. All summer, it stored up its food. A harvest, its stockpiles, provisions. So long are you going to laze around doing nothing? But the ant can do more than you? Come on now. How long before you go and get out of bed? A nap here, a nap there, a day off here, a day off there. Sit back, take it easy. Don't know what comes next? Really? Just this? You can look forward to a dirt poor life. Poverty, your permanent house guest. Really? Swindlers and scoundrels talk out of both sides of their mouth. They wink at each other. They shuffle their feet. They cross their fingers behind their backs. Their perverse minds are always cooking something up. Nasty. Always stirring trouble. Catastrophe is just around the corner for them. A total wreck. Their lives are ruined beyond repair, not prepare. Mm-mm. So listen, here are six things God hates, okay? And one more that God loathes with a passion. Eyes that are arrogant, okay? A tongue that lies, hands that murder the innocent, a heart that hatches evil plots, mm, feet that race down a wicked track, a mouth that lies under oath, a troublemaker in the family. Good friend. Follow your father's good advice. Don't wander off from the mother's teachings, okay? Wrap yourself in them from head to foot. Wear them like a scarf around your neck. Where you walk, they'll guide you. Whenever you rest, they'll guard you. When you wake up, they'll tell you what's next. For sound advice is a beacon. Good teaching is a light. Moral discipline is a life's path. Okay? They'll protect you from a promiscuous woman or man, from the seductive talk of any temptress or tempter. Okay? Don't be lustful fantasies on his or her beauty, nor take in by his or her bedroom eyes. Okay. You can buy an hour with a prostitute, and trust me, prostitute is not just a woman, okay? For a loaf of bread. Ooh, wait, what? But a promiscuous woman may well eat you alive. Okay? Can you build a fire in your lap? I hope not. And not burn your pants? Mm, that's just not going to be pleasant. Can you walk barefoot on hot coals and not get blisters? Okay? There are some people that can do that, but you know. But the same when you have sex in your with your neighbor's wife, ew, touch her and you'll pay for it. No excuses. Hunger is no excuse for a thief to steal. It's not. It really isn't. When he's caught, he has to pay it back. Yes, he does. Even if he has to put his whole house up to hawk. Adultery is a brainless act, soul destroying, self destructive. Okay? Except a bloody nose, a black eye, and a reputation ruined for good. For jealousy, detonates rage, okay? And a cheated husband or wife, wild for revenge. He or she won't make allowances, okay? Nothing you say or pay will make it right. Neither bribes nor reasons will satisfy him or her. The end. Thank you for listening.
So basically, what I heard, sense is common. Sense is not common, but here's the instructions on how to have common sense. Morals means things, just like words mean things. Here are the instructions to have morals. Do not cheat on your wife. And prostitutes can come in either sense. Same thing for cheating on your wife or your husband or your spouse or your partner or whatever non-binary thing that you do. And also, what the biggest thing I take away from you reading these proverbs is that, oh wait, they're instructions. Oh wait, they're written down. Oh wait, we could read and we can follow. But some of y'all are too stupid to do that. And those are the evil ones I'm talking about, not y'all, because I like y'all, because y'all are friends, because y'all are watching this, and you actually want to learn something because y'all are watching this. But we're gonna talk about the people out there. Now, half the time that she talking, I'm listening to this and I'm laughing because I'm equating certain parts of New York. I was like, people you want to avoid the Bronx. I'm going by reputation, not actual people. It's like you want to avoid the Bronx because that's the Wild Wild West. The liars and the thieves are uptown. The bougie people that think they know everything but don't know nothing. That's Queens. Brooklyn is all right, but we the crazy ones. We the crazy ones that'll come after you because you wronged us. Oh, we're coming after you. We'll bring a rock to a knife fight or a rock to a gunfight, and we will still win because we are that batshit crazy. So I was going through all the stereotypes, and I was like, but it's funny that he left instructions, and you just have to read them and understand them how they fit to your life. And this is why we decided to sprinkle this in there with the Psalms, because Psalms we're getting to know David and we get to know his things. And now we're getting to understand the wisdom that the man had, even though he was stupid. David was stupid at times, because we got it on record.
But
But
but this is his son. I mean, his son is learned from what his daddy did. So
exactly, that's the whole thing. And that was what makes the thing is like, oh, now I remember what I was saying. We were talking about it earlier, breaking generational curses.
yes,
That's the difference between Psalms and Proverbs.
yep, you can tell. You can definitely tell that Solomon had a different perspective on things
Hmm.
because of what I feel he learned from his parents, his mentors, his guardians.
Hmm.
They taught him what to do, what not to do,
Right.
which is why
Uh,
you can taste the texture, the textural difference between them. Mhm.
mhm. Yeah. So I'm like, that is really good, and I'm kind of glad that we're doing this Proverbs thing because it's actually interesting. Even though Sheila is definitely over dramatic, but that's normal because we both get in there and we be like,
It is who I am. It's my flair. Mm.
Exactly. This is both of us. But this is a good place to stop, and we thank you so much for just joining us. And sorry it was started off kind of sad, but
It's life.
I was gonna say that. Stop taking words out of my mouth. I was literally gonna say those words. It's like,
Oh Lord. Mm.
and it's been my life for the last 2 weeks, and you know, of telling people and dealing with it. But the good thing is that I am okay, and I'm dealing with it. But with all that being said, we thank you so much for joining us today. I have been one of your co-hosts, Gwendolyn. That is Sheila, because she's moving headsets around and stuff. And
Yes.
this is the this is the Galaxy Spiritual Ladies. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.